All right, what's good, y'all? It's your boy Desert Eagle here, man. Shout out to the Philly Knights. Salute. Just want to talk about this whole Nelson Agholor hype or whatnot. First off, there was also talk that this team may also be moving on from Jordan Matthews, and there's also talk that Nelson Agholor will supposedly be a good replacement of Jordan Matthews. Talking about how this guy has potential and everything, but it's crazy because it's all based off of the OTAs or the shit that's going on in the off season. But as for Jordan Matthews, I want to put it this way. I'm not sure if y'all if I said this before, but I hope Jordan Matthews stay. I hope he stays. I don't think he should get cut at all. I think, part of the reason why we won some games was he was part of it. He was our number one wide receiver, and he made hella plays. Got over 800 yards, though we had a bad wide receiving core. He was able to get over 800 yards with and without Carson Wentz. But for people to say that, he should get cut, okay, I understand that's your opinion, but at the same time, you want someone that's going to have that kind of heart, that wants to play football and everything. And Jordan Matthews is one of them. Yeah, I understand he said some things, back then was like, what did he say back then? It's hard out here being a wide receiver in Philly. And I take it as, he was basing off of this fan base just being passionate. If this fan base don't like what they see, motherfuckers that don't want to play football, that don't want to catch the ball, 9 times out of 10, we're going to speak our mind, especially the fact that we spend a lot of money. This fan base is loyal, one of the most loyal fan bases out here in the NFL, perhaps throughout the world. Shit, people will spend their whole paycheck to see the Eagles play, buy their gear and everything. That's how it is. Hence the reason why, we're also going to speak our mind. If we don't like what we see, people is going to rant about it. If you can't handle the truth, take your fucking jersey off and get the fuck off this team. Plain and simple. But at least that's how I was feeling, back when he was saying all that. And that also goes for any other people that has a problem with, rocking this logo. Pretty much. But still, Jordan Matthews, I think Jordan Matthews is great. He's great as a wide receiver. Yeah, he's not, the best wide receiver, he's far from the best wide receiver in the NFL. But he's been pretty good as far as being on our team. I call him consistent, pretty much. Consistent. When we didn't have any wide receivers on this team, Jordan Matthews is pretty much the one and only we could rely on. And then our next wide receiver / tight end, Zach Ertz. Pretty much. And then there was our running backs. But, I can understand that y'all will want to move on now because we have Alshon Jeffrey and Torrey Smith. I can understand that. But at the same time, these guys are on a 1-year deal. Torrey Smith, I think, about 2 or 3 years or so, but it's not even guaranteed that he's going to be here that long. But Jordan Matthews, he's been here since day one. Pretty much. 3 years, about to be 4 years. When Chip Kelly was here, now he's gone. He was able to hit he was able to hit 800 yards with Chip Kelly as our head coach and Doug Peterson. Why would you want to get rid of that? Why? And then, I'm going to just move on from there. I want to talk about this Nelson Agholor thing. This whole hype. Supposedly him having all the potential and he could be a good replacement of Jordan Matthews. First of all, last time I checked, Nelson Agholor he didn't even cross 400 receiving yards as long as he's been on this team. It's going to be his 3rd year. This guy's supposed to be a first round. He's supposed to be... Well, he was never worth it in the first place. One of the biggest reaches out there, and that was Chip Kelly's dumbass. Oh man, I'm not even gonna get too much into that. But y'all saying that we should give the guy a chance. You know what? As long as he's on this team, I'm willing to be as patient as I possibly can. But the very moment he gets cut, I will not shed a single tear. He will be long forgotten. Plain and simple. But I mean, he's been a huge disappointment in a rookie. I mean, like, bruh. And they say you're supposed to get better the year after. Nope. Not even that. Still the same. You know what his excuse is? He let his emotions get the best of him, or, he needs therapy and this, that, and the third. You know who else needs therapy in the NFL? Odell Beckham. Hell, T.O. But look how they played in the NFL. Hands down one of the best wide receivers out there. T.O., I mean, yeah, he had character issues, but he was still hands down one of the best wide receivers out there. Any team would kill to have him, at least till they realize his character issues. Odell Beckham, I'll say he's one of the best in the NFL today. One of the best. I'm not saying the. One of, for sure. Guy's a freaking kid, man. There's something wrong with him. But there's one thing I do respect about him. He still got a lot of passion. He wants to play. He wants to win. And he will show you. So I don't want to hear this whole therapy situation, whatever, with Nelson Agholor. I don't want to hear that shit. Odell Beckham has one of the craziest character issues in the NFL. Yeah, he's playing pretty damn good. So what the fuck do you have to say at this point, Nelson Agholor? But I'm gonna put it this way. Nelson Agholor hasn't even hit 400 receiving yards as he's been on this team. Jordan Matthews, on the other hand, this guy had 800 receiving yards his first year. His second year, 3 yards shy of hitting 1,000 receiving yards. And the year after that, which was last year, just hitting 800. Nelson Agholor will never be on Jordan Matthews' level. If anything, he's a half-assed Jordan Matthews, I'm going to put it at that, or a quarter ounce of Jordan Matthews. He will never be a replacement of Jordan Matthews. As a matter of fact, this whole shit about Nelson Agholor supposedly being the next Jeremy Maclin, that shit's got to stop. Because last time I checked, Jeremy Maclin, how many on his first year? I think like 700, 800 between now and his first year. The year after that, his first year was 2009. I think he was like over 700 if I'm correct. 2008, 800. 2009, 800. 2010, 900. 2011, I think like 1,000. 2012, 900. 2013, 1,300 receiving yards. I may have my numbers wrong, but you know exactly where I'm getting at. I can't remember I might have missed a year or so. But he's always had over 700 receiving yards between 2009 and 2014 or 2015. And there are times he's been injured at that. Very consistent. Every year, besides 1 or 2 years or so. His numbers has gotten significantly better. And of course, when you hit 1,300 receiving yards, he asked for more money. And you know what? Who wouldn't want more money after such a great season such as that? Of course, Chip Kelly didn't want to pay him. I would say pay the guy. Only $2 extra million? Pay him. But since Chip Kelly ain't want to do it, he wound up going to the Kansas City Chiefs. Now look how that turned out. He wound up getting over 1,000. So all that shit he did in Philly was far from a fluke. Far from it. But my boss just pulling up. But I mean, and of course, last year, This, which was his worst season in the NFL, 600 receiving yards. But you want to know why? Besides him being injured 4 games, I mean, that's one thing. I mean, what wide receiver doesn't get injured, right? But the Kansas City Chiefs also, they made changes in their playbook or system or whatever. I don't know what they call it. Which is part of the reason why Jerry Maclin didn't get the ball as much. Which is also another reason why they moved on from him. Now he's with the Baltimore Ravens. But if you let that season distract you from the fact that Jeremy Maclin is a great wide receiver, you are, well, that's your opinion. But you're crazy. You are crazy. But that's why, but the shit that I said about him is the reason why Nelson Agholor will never, ever be the next Jeremy Maclin. The guy can't even hit 400 receiving yards. Only scored like 1 or 2 touchdowns. But he's supposed to be the next Jeremy Maclin. I'm sorry. I can't buy into it. Look, if I'm going to start trusting Nelson Agholor, he's got to hit over 1,000. He's got to be part of the reason why we win games. He's got to take us into the playoffs besides Alshon Jeffrey and Torrey Smith. But I'm not for him. I don't really think we need him. But the only reason why I'm accepting the fact that he's still here is because, one, it would be a hit if we lose him. A loss of what, 4 to 4.5 million? I don't want to lose that. So I have no choice but to accept him. But y'all let the OTAs, if y'all let the OTAs distract y'all from how terrible he is in the season, y'all need to open your eyes. Y'all need to pay attention to what he does in the season. I'm going to just put it that way. But I'm sorry. I'm not buying into that shit. I can't buy into it. But that's all I got to say, man. It's like, what, 6 o'clock in the morning now? Break's almost over, so I'm going to get ready to go. But yeah, it's your boy Desi checking out here, man. You guys have a good morning, man. Hope y'all have a good day. It's really nice outside. There's a helicopter up in the air. I don't know why, but all right, man. I'm out of here, guys. You guys have a good one. Don't let the OTAs distract you from how terrible he was in the regular season. That's all I gotta say, man. That's all I gotta say. The guy's not good, man. He will never be the next Jeremy Maclin. He definitely ain't gonna be. He will never be on Jordan Matthews' level. Never. So might want to reconsider that. All right, I'm out of here, guys. You have a good one.